are the churches. Like you got big mega churches in the hood. Why does the hood look so bad in comparison to the church? And your church supposed to be prosperity preaching, and yet the hood looks the way it looks. Is the church investing in real estate in the hood? Are they buying up property? Are they creating housing situations that will benefit the people of said hood? Do they control educational institutions, financial institutions, law enforcement institutions? So you don't live in a community, you live in a hood. So my thing is, why you have these big old shiny pretty churches and stuff, multi-million dollar facilities, and yet the people are living so impoverished around the church? Don't the church supposed to reflect the environment, or don't the environment supposed to reflect the church? I mean, my thing is about churches is like, you have these people that start these storefront churches, right? They start a storefront church. They have a couple of members. Over time, it grows and grows and grows into a mega church. But then you still got members that was day one people. Why are they suffering if the pastor is prospering? Why is the membership suffering that been there from day one, and the pastor got all his and his family needs met? Why is it that the day one who can't pay their light bill can't afford to pay their light bill? Why is the day one? And then I know situations of faithful members of churches who might have got sick towards the end and couldn't go to church on a regular basis and might got caught up in some financial situations. But when they was healthy, they was committed to the church. They constantly gave to the building fund, not worrying what the building fund money was actually going to. And then in their time of family's need, when they pass on, become righteous unks as stars, they can't even have their funeral or homegoing celebration at the church because according to the accounting of the church, they didn't give enough tithes this quarter or last quarter or for the last several quarters. So they got to have they home going at a funeral parlor or graveside instead of having it at their home church. This is the reality of the situation we are in, folks. Because I understand, why is your people so poor and you talking about prosperity? Why you always talking about heaven and not talking about heaven on earth? You always talking about heaven and hereafter, but you never talk about heaven on earth. White folks don't even care. I mean, like, Jewish people don't believe in Jesus, and they prospering on earth.